Hey, everybody. Welcome to Adam and Steve Not,
Adam and Eve.
the podcast where we bite the apple. All right, so we're back for another episode. How are you, Adam?
I'm doing great. I'm happy that we're in this lovely state that we live in, and we have not had to experience all the crappy snow that everybody else is going through.
Yeah, I know it's been really bad in a lot of places. Like my family's in Texas, and they are, they're fine now, but family, friends dealing with no electricity, no water. I mean, it's kind of ridiculous. You know what I mean? That people you have to boil snow.
I know.
Like, come on.
I can't even imagine.
What is going on, America?
I know.
It's sad, but luckily my mom she was fine. You know, she had like electricity and water, but like my brother didn't, one of my brothers, some friends didn't, and I don't know, it's kind of crazy.
Yeah.
So it's nice to be in LA. Today is like 70-something degrees.
Sorry about it.
No, I know, but they're better now. Like I think a friend today was telling me it's supposed to be like 70 tomorrow.
Yeah.
So, you know.
Yeah, my cousin Lexi, I think she said it was like in the 60s the other day, and so she's like starting to get back to normal, but it was messed up.
Global warming is real.
It's for real.
You know, despite what some people say.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. What else is happening?
I bought another plant.
Well, that seems to be the norm these days. What did you buy?
Because, we're plant daddies.
I know. I actually just love plants. But,
me too. I bought an ornamental pincushion.
Because everybody knows exactly what that is.
I wanted something for the balcony that can handle direct sun most of the day, and this is what the guy said, and it's cute.
Is it handling the sun so far?
It is. It's blooming. The flower that it had is blooming already.
Good.
Yeah, and hopefully more. So that's kind of it. I'm getting the vaccine tomorrow.
I know. Yay for that. Yes. I got the first shot maybe like a week and a half ago. Mm-hmm. So I don't know. I didn't have, we'll see if you get any side effects. I mean, I was a little tired and my arm was sore for like 3 days, but I feel like, I had a headache, but I don't know if it was because of that.
It might have been from alcohol. No, I'm just kidding.
No, I kind of had like this, when you get like those headaches that kind of just won't go away. I had that for like a day, and I don't know if it was from that. I mean, it could have been from other things, but other than that, I didn't have like crazy symptoms and stuff like that. So we'll see what happens with you.
Yeah, I hope not. I feel like because we had COVID a few months ago, I feel like our symptoms should be.
I've heard
less,
that,
but I don't know.
I've heard that, but I also feel like everybody just kind of like makes shit up.
No, we're all just like, we're all scientists all of a sudden.
I know. I feel like people do that all the time. Yeah. You're like, well, I heard. Like, okay. Who made that one up?
Right, exactly.
Yeah.
So what's new with you? What else going on?
What have I done? Well, we got through Valentine's Day last week.
Oh yeah, we had a nice, cute little.
Yeah, we
thing.
did. Yeah, we had like a little. We went to brunch. Yeah. But we were like stuck in our little area. Everybody wore a cute outfit. Nobody saw us, but everybody wore.
Yeah. That was a fun day, though.
That was fun. Yeah. I don't know what else have I been doing. Work, yeah. So have we all. Yeah. But nothing like not too much like crazy. Been watching TV still. Mm-hmm. I started that HBO one called It's a Sin.
Yeah, I want to watch that.
But I've only gone through like episode 1, so I can't really tell you. But it was good, episode 1, and it's kind of like, in London in the 80s, like when like HIV/AIDS first hit and stuff like that. So I don't know. We'll see where it goes, but so far so good. There is a funny part in the first episode where one of the guys, he was like having sex with another guy, and the guy like goes down on him to like eat him out. And he was like, you need to go clean yourself.
Oh, God.
It was just funny. Yeah. Anyways.
I'm going to have to watch that one.
Yeah, you got to watch that one. But I don't know. It's like the regular old stuff. Like,
Yeah, I took your recommendation from the last episode and watched. I started watching I May Destroy You.
It's good, right?
It's really good. It's really good. I think we're on like episode 6 or 7 right now.
Okay, so you're
getting through it. Yeah.
It's really good.
I recommend it as well.
Yeah, it's really good. I just get like, I start watching things, and I watch that one all the way through, but like sometimes I start watching several things at once. I get like distracted really easily, and I'm like, oh, well, I didn't know this was here. And then, you kind of like start. but I also have to finish things. So I don't know, but I haven't been doing anything. Yay.
Yay. I mean, yeah.
I did buy some roller skates though.
Got your quads.
They haven't come in yet though. And I'm kind of upset because the ones that I bought, like they're kind of like, it's taken 2 to 4 weeks to come in. And the other ones that I was going to get, they were all like sold out. But of course this week, they're all available. Except for the ones I bought, which are like 2 to 4 weeks ago. But whatever. I'm going to try to hold out. And you know, because I got it from this company, this like young black girl owns. So I was like, I'm trying to support, you know. But I'm like, okay, girl, get it together though.
I think that, I don't know. I wonder if that has to do with the weather too, or was it just like it said the shipping was long?
Well, everybody has like that COVID caveat of like, but I think her company is kind of fairly newish. So I think they're still going through a little growing pains.
Gotcha.
But anyways, I'm trying to support. But I'm excited so we can go on the beach and go like roller skating.
I know I'm gonna have to get some.
I know you
Probably
guys
not
have
the same
to.
ones as you, but
Well, you get some. I showed y'all. But anyways, so I guess what should we tell the people what we're talking about today?
yeah.
Well, why don't you tell them?
Little aging.
Aging.
Want to talk about how aging impacts us as gay men and people in general.
People in general.
And what we do to correct it.
To fight that shit every step of the way.
I know.
Well, I mean, let's just get in.
Let's just dive right in.
But when did you start caring?
So
I guess.
It's weird. I never really thought much about it, you know, like, and I feel like probably once I hit like 30, 31, it just, maybe it's because I started noticing things more on me than I did in my 20s. And, you know, my 20s caught up with me.
All right.
But
she was doing too much.
Yeah. And like, I don't know. I think I'm more focused on, for me, it's more my face, you know, it's just like, wrinkles, you know, being more careful in the sun than I used to be.
Well, the sun, you have to be.
Yeah, because I definitely didn't care when I was younger, and I didn't wear as much sunblock as I do now.
Right.
But,
and that's so funny because like white people are like that. Like y'all do not like to wear sunblock, and you like to like bake in the sun.
I know. It's
the
bad.
black people are the ones slathering on the sunblock 100, and we're like under big old hats and stuff. Because you always know if there's a piece of shade, I will be under it. Like always.
I know, and that's
It's
why
so
your
funny.
guys' skin looks so much better than mine.
I'm like,
We're always just like, can we just like lay in pure sun for hours and then be surprised that we burn?
Right.
You know?
Yeah, exactly.
Like,
and burning hurts.
Oh my God, I've had
Because
some
I do
bad
burn
burns.
and pill, and that does hurt a lot.
Yeah, so I feel like I don't know. My skin routine didn't used to be like very long. You know, I just used to
Soap and water.
Yeah, soap, water, maybe a little moisturizer. But now I can sit in the bathroom and I can put on like my toner, my serums, and my under eye stuff, and my
You be pickling yourself.
I'm like doing masks every other day. Like, I mean, I can literally eye mask. I can take so much time for self-care now than I ever used to, which isn't a bad thing. I think everybody should do it just to feel better, you know? But I feel like aging in LA is a little bit different than like aging back home where, you know, in the Midwest, you know, a little bit, depending on where you're at.
Well, and also like all the things that people do here to anti-age is probably far more than what people do in some other places.
Oh, yeah.
You know, because it's just, you know, plastic surgery, botox, like everything is here and it's normal. Yeah. I mean, like if you tell somebody you're going to get your nose job, nobody's like, what? You know, they're like, oh, girl, I was waiting for you to get that shaped down. They're like, whoa,
it's about time.
right? I was waiting for you to come to that conclusion because we already had.
Yeah, it's true. I feel like there's just different expectations out here for people, and it's all what you feel. You don't have to do that.
No,
like,
you
do
don't.
those things. You don't have to get Botox. You don't have to
do any of that.
Like plastic surgery or whatever it is. But in general, I feel like the things that I do in my life are like, even to the things I eat and my fitness, it's all because I want to try to keep myself looking younger.
Yeah, I mean, and it's part of the culture.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it's not even just like a gay culture. It's just like an American people thing. Mm-hmm. Like you push, like youth is like pushed at you from every angle. Yeah. You look at magazines, you look on the internet, you look on your Instagram, and that's what you see. And like a lot of that's photoshopped. So we all have our sense of, reality is a little warped. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, and it's like you turn on the TV, that's all you're served commercials with hydrochloric whatever acids and it's like
all these
peptides,
things.
like all this stuff. Yeah. But
and being out here and so close to like Hollywood and like that the scene that it is. Yeah. It's just so much more like available.
Yeah, it's the entertainment capital of the world. Yeah. So you have to expect that people are going to take extra care in the way they look and how their body is, because a lot of people move here for entertainment. Yeah. That's the basis of the city, so it's not a surprise, but and let me just say, I'm totally not against people getting any kind of like plastic surgery, Botox, whatever you feel like you need to get. I'm cool with it. I just feel like when people start going overboard and they start looking like cats and stuff, like you got to have somebody to be like, hey, you're doing a little bit too much.
I feel like that happens when people start doing fillers. I think they start getting carried away with fillers. Their lips get really big, or their cheeks look puffy. Like they just, I get why people are doing it, and I get that. I've gotten Botox twice now. I just recently got it, and
which I didn't think you needed, but
I don't feel like I need it now, but I feel like it's gonna help needing it later.
I mean, is that true though, or is that what people just say?
No, it's true because
I've always kind of questioned.
No, like it's literally what they tell you when you go get it, because it basically like paralyzes your skin cells, so you can't move them, so you don't form wrinkles. So like it makes it so it prevents more wrinkles. The wrinkles that I currently have aren't going to disappear, but it'll help me from getting more. So, but did I need it? No. But being out here, being around people who are constantly getting it, you start to feel like, well, maybe I can just try it. And now that I tried it, I like how it feels. You kind of, I don't know, I can tell the difference. And I don't know. Like I said, I don't have anything against it. I've never done it. I can't say that I would never do it. Mm-hmm. I just, well, first, I don't really like little needles in my face. Yeah, you wouldn't. It would be hard for you to do. They come straight at you with the needle. I'm not a fan. Yeah, and the place I go to, they don't numb. No, see, I need the numbing cream. I mean, granted, I have a big old freaking tattoo on my body. I spent hours and hours through. That's kind of what I was telling my roommate, because he's like, no, I can't. I'm like, you have tattoos though. Like you can. Yeah, but he was a wimp with his tattoos. So I mean, he was. He said it. Hi. No, but it is weird to see someone coming at your face with a needle. It's like, but to be honest, it's like the fastest procedure. I mean, it's like ask my eye doctor if I can even do stuff like that. I got all kinds of eye issues. That's too close to my eyeballs. Like, I don't know. I feel like, I don't know. I would get it but see, this is the thing. I don't mind some wrinkles on guys. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like, I feel like a little wrinkles looks good on some people. And I mean, I don't want you to be looking like a leather bag, but you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I think it works for some people. Like, for me, that's why I haven't really been so... Like, you also have beautiful skin, so go shut the fuck up and get out of here. Well, that's funny because like I never did anything really for years. Like, it was just like soap and water, maybe some moisturizer. And then I got to an age and I was like, okay, you're
really need to put some more effort into your skin because it ain't gonna last forever. You know what I mean? Like, so then like now I do like, I do moisturizer, of course, like some serums here and there, some eye cream, but I'm still not.
What's your brand?
I use Jack Black. I used to use this other brand, but I think they kind of phased it out. It was like a Swiss brand. I can't think of the name of it. And, but yeah, I use Jack Black. I really like it.
Yeah, I use Kiehl's. Yeah, I'm like a Kiehl's whore.
Yeah, you're all about the Kiehl's.
I have a million Kiehl's products.
Yeah, so I use Jack Black and I like it. And I started buying like the soap, and although the last soap I had from them was a little too fragrancy, so I had to like go to a different. I mean, it's still Jack Black, but a different soap because I was like, okay, I do not want to go around smelling like flowers, like daffodils and stuff. Like I was like, I want to smell like tulips.
Yeah.
Like, I'm cool.
Yeah.
I prefer like that kind of like a fresh scent.
And just like a fresh, clean kind of scent.
So I don't know. So I'm kind of more into it now. I still don't spend like a ton of time, but I do take care.
Yeah, I think it's important. Like you don't realize. It's funny because my roommate George, he didn't really get why I would buy these more expensive products and spend all this time, but now he's kind of started doing it himself, and he's like, I see the difference.
Because he was blind.
Like, girl, you got to get something better than like Clean and Clear.
Right,
or
it's
like
my Suave.
Yeah.
I mean, if you buy Suave, you buy Suave.
Yeah, I mean, whatever works for you, but I believe that if you buy the better products that maybe cost a little bit more, you're going to see better results.
Yeah, I think there's
and you spend the time doing it.
And some of that.
Yeah. So I noticed it. Even if I don't use like face masks, like weekly, like there was a time where I stopped using them for a couple weeks, and I could see it. I could see my face, like my skin just looked like tired.
Like I just look dirty. Well, you know what's funny is like I feel like too. You look at aging a little. It's you. I feel like there is kind of twofold. There's some people that are like, "Oh, you're high old," and some people like they love you being older. Like guys these days, like younger guys, don't have an issue like going out or having sex with somebody in their like 30s, 40s, 50s, whatever. Whereas when I was like in my 20s, I thought somebody like in their 40s was like old. I was like, I don't think I could do anything with him. Yeah. Although now I'll probably, if I was 20 something, because people just take care of themselves differently now.
Exactly.
You know what I mean? It's not like it used to be.
40s now is not like 40s like it used to be.
Yeah.
You know?
It's completely different. So it's kind of like everybody looks... Well, maybe it's just our bubble. People look youthful.
Yeah, we are in West Hollywood.
I know. I'm like, because like sometimes like when you're watching TV and I see somebody in their 40s, because I'm in my 40s, and I see somebody who's like, I'm like, I don't look like that. Like, so when they look old, you're like, really? Yeah. Like, I don't know. It's weird.
Like, even when you watch like older sitcoms or TV shows,
God,
like when I watch Friends,
Girls.
like, well, yeah, Golden Girls for sure.
But they
like,
weren't as old as people thought they were.
Like when I watch, I always watch Friends, and I'm like, they are they're how old in this show? Like, I feel like they looked older than they actually were. You know, it was weird.
Yeah. But they all look, well, not all of them, but like Jennifer Aniston looks great now. You know what I mean? Like, I don't know. Some people like age and they look better. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe it's like makeup and things like that.
It is. And, some Botox and stuff like that. But, people have found the right balance. Yeah. And didn't make them look like they were trying too hard to stay young, and they look fresh still, Yeah. That's kind of what I don't ever want to look overly done. I just want to look, you don't want to look fresh.
Yeah. No, really. I dated a guy very briefly once, a couple of years back, who got a lot of stuff done. But that was just like, I think he had his abs done. But I just never knew. I was pretty sure. I was like,
people get a lot of weird shit done out here.
Yeah.
Like when I see some people, to each is their own. Do what you want to do. I don't give a shit. Everybody can do what they want with their body, and but it's just coming from like a small suburb in Illinois and then living out here, and sometimes I like have to take a step back and be like, this is wild. Like this is like unheard of where I live, and it's so normal to me now, and it should be. People should be able to do what they want, but it's just it's very different. That's why I think if I lived back home,
You might have a
I
different
would
perspective.
I probably wouldn't have gotten Botox already, or
Well,
I probably, I don't know.
Yeah, like I remember, like I don't know, it was like a couple of years ago. I was back in Texas, and I was sitting talking to some cousins, and we were talking about Botox, and they were like, "What? No, you don't need to get." And I mean, I wasn't talking about me getting it, but we were just talking about the conversation, and it was like my couple of black female cousins that were like, "What? No, you don't need." And I was just like, I forget that there's, especially with black people back in the South, there's like a different viewpoint on things like that. Whereas like for us around here, it's just like normal talk. Like we had a friend who wanted us to get together a Botox party because he worked for a Botox doctor.
Now I'd be like, okay.
He was like, "You want to have a Botox party?" And I was like, I'll ask.
Maybe.
But maybe. I don't know. I would probably get that that when you're, when you get like the freeze fat or whatever, when you know what it's called, the cryo, whatever, they try to freeze your fat off. I'd probably do that if I needed to.
Hurts.
I was told it hurts.
Yeah,
I knew a guy who had several sessions and he said it hurt really bad, but he said it worked.
Yeah.
I don't know if that really works or if they're just taking your money. He was.
I don't know what else I'll end up doing. I feel like I know Botox is. The thing is when you start doing Botox, you can't really just stop because then it defeats the purpose.
Because it goes away.
It goes away. Then your wrinkles start forming again, and then you just wasted all the money that you put all during that time. I mean, I guess you prevented it during the time that you had it, but you're just gonna get the wrinkles that we were trying to prevent in the first place. So I feel like they kind of suck you in. You're like, okay, now you need to get more because it wore off.
Well, because at the end of the day, everybody's going to wrinkle. Like it's just going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like
I don't ever want to be like completely frozen because I like the feeling of
you like having expression.
Yeah, I want to have like some expression. I don't want to ever look like, oh, is he laughing? Or...
Right. I would like to know when you're mad at me. Like, are you mad?
I'm not sure, girl.
Are you mad? I can't tell. You laughing? You mad? You crying?
Making a weird sound.
Right. You just moaning. I don't know. What is it?
What's happening?
Yeah, I don't know, because I just feel like there's just a pressure for most people to like look younger.
Oh my God, there is. It's
and gay guys, everywhere. Lord, we take it to a whole nother level. Oh my gosh. Like everything you get served, and maybe it's just the Instagram accounts I follow.
No, it is though.
Everybody's just naked and hot.
Yeah, it's true. But then I think, okay, well, it's because we're gay men that live in West Hollywood, and half the people that we're meeting, live out here too. So this is the lifestyle,
Because everybody works out. It's not uncommon to have multiple gym memberships. Like right now in this pandemic, people are working out outside under tents, which you might as well let people work inside if you're like, if it's a full gym outside under a tent. So, I don't know. Yeah. But yeah, I mean, I feel like we take exercise to the extreme.
We're high standards for ourselves.
Yeah, and we can be...
Not saying straight people don't.
Right.
But to me, it's a lot more apparent in the gay community.
Yeah. I mean, you can see a 55-year-old real in shape, hot gay man. You don't hardly see that with straight guys. I mean, prove me wrong.
Well, because I feel like at that point, a lot of, men are married with kids and, that's not a priority for them anymore to try to be working out all the time.
Yeah, true. Life happens.
Yeah. I feel like, gay men and go, I don't know. I don't want to put a stereotype around everybody. I know, because you
see it with gay men too, where they're just like at a certain age, you're like, it is what it is. Like, I know, like even for me, like I used to, when I first started working out, I was like, oh, I want to be like muscular and stuff. And like now it's just like, I just want to be healthy, toned, good. Like I don't need to be the biggest boy at the gym. I don't need to lift the heaviest weights, and you know what I mean? Like, but when you're younger, like that's important to you, because it's like, I always run into guys that I know who have great bodies, but they want to get bigger, and they'll start doing roids or they do whatever and I'm like, why? You look like your body is perfect. I know, and you don't have this wherewithal in your head to even
just see that. Yeah, you're so blinded by like whatever vision you think that you have of yourself and what it needs to be, and when you already look amazing, it's just so crazy to me. And this actually ties really well into the aging topic because people who start doing roids will age faster.
Yeah, and you start looking haggard.
Yep.
You really do.
And then you have this dependency.
Yep.
It's like if you start doing Botox, it's going to wear off.
Yeah.
You're going to keep doing it. And so steroids is the same thing. You starts to wear off and then you don't see the results that you had before. You want to keep doing more.
Right.
So,
but it's like, don't get me wrong. I get the desire.
Oh, yeah, for sure.
For a lot of people to want to do it. Totally get the desire. You know, to like want to do whatever. Like I totally get it because you want to look a certain way, you know, but
it's just kind of funny if you think about it because, you know, if someone's getting, doing a cycle of roids and the next day they're also getting Botox, it's like, well, you're doing one thing that's going to make you age faster, and then you're doing another thing that's trying to, it's kind of wild.
You're like, ooh, interesting. Like you're doing a whole lot.
I mean, if that's what you want to do, then do that. Like I said, it's not judgment. It's just, it's kind of ironic when you think about it.
I mean, I get it because it's like at the end of the day,
there's so much pressure.
There is, and like I mean, nobody wants to look old.
No,
I mean, let's be honest. Yeah. Like I don't mind aging, but nobody wants to look old. You know, it's just, it's weird because on one hand, you should be very proud of the years that you have been able to have on this earth because a lot of people don't get that, right? And the wisdom that you get with it. You know what I mean?
Life lessons.
Yeah. So it's like, you should be proud of it on one hand, but on the other hand, you just don't want to look like Mother Earth or whatever. I mean, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I get it for
you
sure.
Know? So it's kind of weird because like if you do get to live like a complete circle of life, that's kind of awesome. But at the same time, if you do, you're probably going out like you came in, like toothless, shitting on yourself and somebody taking care of you. Yeah. So, I mean, you know what I mean? So it's like a weird psychological kind of mess. You know? I don't know.
I feel like I definitely pay more attention to aging now than I used to.
Oh, I definitely do too.
Yeah, and I don't want to be like this fake looking old person.
No, but you want to look good and show the children you still have. Yeah. Sometimes you have to show the kids how it's done.
So true.
You know, it's I don't know. It's
I think, you know, Instagram has a huge play on all this, you know, social media in general.
Yeah.
Like, it was weird.
I know, right? But it does.
Yeah, it really kind of messes with people's heads and makes them think like, oh, this is how I'm supposed to look. Or like, not everybody, but, you know, they look at things and it kind of brings out your insecurities and you feel like you need to correct things. And you know, there's so much more advertisements for things. And
like the other day, I was on my Instagram and I was not feeling like working out, and I flipped to somebody's picture and I was like, shit, get your ass up.
You need to get up and do something, girl.
Get up, because he was just, and I was like,
I guess I'll work out.
I guess I'll work out now. He done pissed me off. Looking so damn good. I got to get up. You know, summer's coming. It's starting to get hot again. Yeah. We're going to be doing stuff outside. You know, nobody wants to be the fat girl at the pool. I know, now somebody's going to be mad at me for saying fat. Well, if you're fat, you're fat.
Yeah, I mean, if you...
Yeah, right.
I don't know how to... I mean... It's fine if you are.
It's fine if you are, if you're happy.
Yeah, if you're happy about it, don't complain about it.
Don't be mad at me.
Trying to change it, though.
Right? Okay. If you're not happy with you, because that's the thing with anything. Like if there's something about you that you don't like, you got to at least try to make an effort to change it. You know what I mean? If you don't, then
if you're comfortable with it, then that's great.
Yeah.
You know.
But like the other day, I was thinking about back in the day, I dated this guy when we were saying that we were going to talk about aging. One of the first boyfriends that I had was like this really super muscled, hot, and he was just never really satisfied with his body. And I was like, yeah, her body is amazing. And he was like, you just starting to work out. Like, you don't get it, but you'll get it. You're never satisfied, and it doesn't matter what other people tell you. And he was right to a degree. Like when I kind of gotten into it, like you would have moments where people be like, oh my God, your body looks great. But really all you could see was what you needed to work on and what you wanted to do better, you know. But luckily, I had gotten to a point to where sometimes I could look at myself in the mirror and be like, "Okay, boo, you look real good." Like,
well, yeah, you should, and
you have to get there.
Yeah, you have to, and even if you still have insecurities, you have to acknowledge that I look damn good for I've put in the effort and appreciate what you've done, because it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work to keep up and keep working out,
especially
regularly.
As you get older. As we're talking about aging.
Yeah, seriously, it really is, and you have to acknowledge. Like, that's for me why I am so. It's hard for me to think about having to go through a phase of not being able to work out or not being able to be as healthy, because I'm like, I've spent the past 5 years or however many years, like, getting to this point. Yeah. And all of those things that I still would like to improve on, I'm very happy about it, you know? Yeah. And it was a lot of work.
Yeah, it is a lot of work, because you just want to put in, like you said, if you put in the time, you know, you don't want to just throw it all away.
No, that's a whole
You're like, I've been denying myself burgers for a long time now. So. I'm just kidding. But not really.
But food is a huge thing as well. It's just like, if you eat healthier, you're going to look healthier and not age as faster. You know?
Food's the main thing, though, especially because we've all seen those people at the gym, and I'm not trying to be mean, but we've all seen those people at the gym that works out so hard and they never lose weight. And you're like, what are you doing? Because I see you and you're putting the work in, but you've looked the same for 3 years. It has to be food. Yeah. And a little bit of, like, genes, but, you know.
Oh, yeah, I'm sure.
Food.
For sure. Yeah. Yeah. Definitely.
When you change those eating habits.
Yeah, it's a big deal.
It is.
And it'll get really good results, you know.
I remember this one girl I used to be like, because we used to always be like, oh, you look so good. Like, your body's great. And she was skinny. And she just ate like nothing. But she looked good. But we were like, you can eat, like, what, you know? And she's like, you don't see me when I'm naked, when I'm looking in the mirror. I was like, okay. I can't argue with you on that.
And you know, I guess there are people who have disorders and
I don't know if she did. Like, well, maybe you never know what people have.
Yeah.
You really
and I feel bad. I feel for like, that's gotta be really tough to feel. Even when you look skinny, to really, like,
don't see it.
Yeah, you don't.
And
see
even
it.
A lot of gay guys do have, like, body dysmorphic or whatever they call it, disorder.
Dysmorphia.
Yeah, whatever that's called. I just probably made up a word, but I made up a word, people.
Body dysmorphic.
Body dysmorphic. I think we can get that entered into the dictionary. Yeah. I mean, Beyonce got bootylicious in there. Why can't I get my word in? Like, why can't? By the way, I know her Ivy Park, Icy Park for Winter came out, but I didn't get any pieces.
No, me neither. But I was here for it.
Me too. I almost got some shoes, but I didn't really make that much an effort.
Yeah, and speaking of aging, she looks great.
I know.
She looks great.
But listen, though, if you got coins like that, like, if you're like,
true.
You should.
Like, even J-Lo, like, all these people have people that are helping them look that way.
Right. It's like J-Lo's 50, Mariah's 51. Like, it's like, okay, you should look like that. You got coins like that. Like, you probably, like, bathing in baby's blood. So, or
right. But that's what happens. Like, we see that, you know, society sees that and they start wanting to, like, look like that's, like, what they're striving for. So they start doing surgeries and getting, you know, whatever it is.
Well, it's funny too, like, working where I work in television, usually when you're targeting, you know, like the people that you're targeting and watch your show, because ultimately you want people to watch your show so you can run ads in it to make money. But usually it's like after 54, they just don't care about you. Like, nobody's trying to target you after age 54. It's just like, okay, well, now you just get out the AARP ads. And you know what I mean? Like, but you really, like, your target is just like, you're just, like, forgotten. Like, nobody's trying to target you after that.
It's wild.
So I think I'll probably cry at 55. Nobody cares. Can you imagine, though, when you get to the point in your life where you're asking, do you give a senior citizens discount? Oh, my God.
I don't want to think about it.
They don't even know if I would ask.
You're like, I am embarrassed.
Right? I don't know.
Oh, but it's not a bad thing.
No, it's great because
Yeah.
I don't. Oh.
Yeah.
It's just like
I think it's just more the fear of, being that age and
it is because you can't
lifespan and stuff like that.
because you can't see yourself.
Yeah.
Like you can't imagine how you would look. Like the other day I was walking home from the grocery store and there's this cute old man walking ahead of me, but he was walking real slow and I just remember like just breezing by him real fast and I was like, I wonder if that'll be me. Just taking like these little and maybe he could walk faster. He might have just been enjoying his walk and not in a rush like we are always in a constant rush. So maybe he was like, it's a nice day out. I don't need to walk fast.
I feel like I'm going to be a crabby old man. I'm going to be like, get off my lawn.
Oh, I am. Oh, you know I am.
Yeah, you are for sure.
Like, shut the fuck up.
I just can't picture myself being like, I don't know, like 80 something.
I can't either.
I feel like I'm going to be like, just a cunty queen.
I mean, that would at least be fun because when you get old, they don't care. They just say whatever the hell.
They really do. And I'm already kind of say whatever I want, so I can only imagine how I'm going to be then. Right,
and people let them. I remember like one time I was in line at the grocery store and it wasn't even a grocery store. Sorry. It was like Kmart. Like, cause it used to be across the street from my work and I'd go on my lunch break to get stuff. And I remember standing in line and there was a guy in front of me and this old lady came up and she had socks, like a pair of socks. And that's all she wanted to buy. And the guy had one thing too. And she just tried to cut line and he was like, what are you doing? And she's like, well, I just have one thing. And he goes, I have one thing too, but that's not how lines work. You can't just cut the line. And she was like mad. And so she like looked at him. She looked at the cashier. She looked at me and she just walked out the store with her socks. Nobody said a word because she was an old lady.
Oh my God.
They literally just, nobody wanted to go jump the old lady for socks.
Oh my God.
She knew she could do that. And so she did.
I hope that's me. It's just like, this is mine. I'm leaving.
You didn't want to let me pay.
What are you going to do? You're going to fuck with me?
That's basically what she did. And she looked at all of us dead in the face like, what? And walked out the door. And nobody said a word. I was like, it was a pair of socks. I mean, she could have asked me. I probably would have just paid for them for her. But yeah, it was.
It's wild.
Yeah. So I'm like, you get old, you can take some liberties.
Yeah, for sure.
Anyways,
well,
I don't know.
I think that kind of
So in conclusion, I don't know if I want to live to like 100.
I definitely want to maintain my youth as much as I can without overdoing it. Yeah. And I don't want to be when I can't fend for myself in multiple different ways that I just don't want to. Like, I don't want to.
Take me out.
Don't put me on life support. Like, don't like just
take me out.
Yeah, I want to be done.
Yeah, like and I'm out. You're like, it was real.
It was great. This was a good run.
Right. That's why I'm trying to do everything now. Yeah. Have all the fun.
Yeah, have fun. And just live life. Life is an amazing thing, and as much as we sit here and we. Joke about aging and wrinkles and this and that. In the grand scheme of things, I like not to be cheesy, but like what's important is like we're alive and we're here. Yeah, that's it.
Yeah, and just remember though, when you look at yourself in the mirror, if you're looking at something you don't like, somebody else probably doesn't like it either. Boom. Words of wisdom from Adam and Steve, not Adam and Eve. Oh, people, you gotta laugh.
They're gonna be like, that bitch.
I know, right?
Anywho, well, I think that wraps it up, and we can take it into our final segment.
Right?
Yeah. Ma'am, what do you think?
All right, I got the card for once this time because, Adam was doing some stuff before he got here. I'll have to tell you all about that too. Yeah. I mean, you can tell me if you want, but otherwise.
Eventually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, here's a fun one. What do you... Oh, well, I already know you did this. So I'll do something else. I'm like, I already know you did this. Man, what do you think about seeing porn in a theater?
Oh, wow. That's weird because this was in the show Hollywood, wasn't it? When
Is it? I don't remember.
when the guy goes to the theater and they're like, I thought it was porn being shown on the big screen, and like the one guy's giving the other guy a head.
Oh yeah,
and
because there's like adult movie theaters.
Yeah, so I don't like it. I don't like that idea. I like the idea of watching that porn in the comfort of my own room and home. I can't imagine doing. I mean, I guess, is that even a thing now?
I don't know. I mean, there used to be one down Santa Monica Boulevard. I think it was called different things, Tomcat Studs. I don't know if it's still around. I never went in it personally. It's not for me either. Like I feel like if you go in it, you're going in it because you want to fuck around with somebody.
Yeah, like it's not like, oh, like I want to catch this cool new flick.
You're like, hold on, this is my part. Everybody be quiet.
I love this when the copy guy goes over to the printer and
And so I've never done it. I don't think I've ever been in an adult theater. I know I've never been in an adult theater. I'm like, I don't think I know I've never gone in one. I don't know. It would just feel weird paying for your admission fee too at that.
Yeah. I mean,
but if you go into a sauna, then I mean, it's not the same thing, but they play porn in some rooms.
Yeah, that's what I was kind of thinking. Like some of the bars we used to go to, like they would have porn playing on like the screens.
But you're not going to whip it out at the bar and start doing stuff with anybody.
No. And it's not like I mean, usually when you're at a bar, you're socializing with other people and you're not just sitting there like watching the TV and the porn that's being played.
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes you like glance up, you're like, oh my God, girl, look, she's getting it real good.
Yeah, you do look. You're like, ooh, he's hot. You're like, wait, isn't he standing right over there?
Probably.
And here in LA, it's a thing.
So that's another thing I was thinking about the other day too. I was like, it's so wild that half the porn I watch, I know
the people
I've seen those porn stars
slept with them.
Or, serious. Well, you know. Anyway.
So back to the theater. No. I mean, I get why people do it because, you know, you want to go screwing around with people. Because nobody's just sitting there watching it.
I know.
I'm really unless they're like jerking off or something. But
I'm really curious as if
I don't know if they're still around.
Yeah. I mean, obviously right now with the pandemic, nobody's trying to go watch any movies anyway.
Yeah, but interesting. Well, we'll have to do a little investigation.
Right. Next episode, me and Steven will be like, we went and saw porn together in theater.
Yeah.
No, that won't happen.
No, that would be weird. And it would just be weird to be in a theater. I don't know. Anyway, so that's a no for me.
Yeah, same.
Yeah. Oh, and before we go, happy birthday to our bestie Anthony.
Oh yes, it's his birthday.
Well, it will be like when this comes out, but it's today, so it'll be a couple of days later. But happy birthday! He was on one of our episodes, so you guys might be familiar with him.
Yes, definitely. Happy birthday! I wish we could be celebrating with him, but next year
we'll make up for it.
Definitely. Yeah. But obviously, thank you guys for listening. Please follow us at Adam and Steve Podcast on Instagram, or you can follow me at Adman2005.
And
Steven.
Me at Green Eye Steve.
Yep. And hope you guys enjoyed the episode. Until next time, remember that God made Adam and Eve, but he also made
Adam and Steve.
Any problems?
Pray about it.